This is an awkward confession for a nerd, but I hate The Lord of the Rings. I hate it because it's too much like work. It is like every crappy enterprise IT project, like some black hole that sucks me in. That is The Lord of the Rings. We've got Gandalf. He's our legacy systems developer. He's the COBOL mainframe guy, but he's also inherited all of these things that happen to talk to the mainframe. He doesn't really want to deal with that. He's 90% of the way to retirement, so he pushes this off onto Bilbo. Bilbo never really meant to be a developer. He used to be an accountant, he made a spreadsheet with some macros in it, and suddenly he's a programmer. He doesn't really know what he's doing, he just tries to make it work. He'll copy and paste code out of Stack Overflow, he'll just go and download some library like this OneRing.dll, bake it into their flagship financials application, push it out to all of their users, and everybody's happy because it works. Till he retires. Now they hire on a flock of junior developers, and Gandalf starts taking a look and says, oh my god, this OneRing.dll is a goddamn virus. It is a gaping security vulnerability. This is the sort of thing that will destroy our company. And Gandalf goes into CYA mode. He goes to the junior developers and says, guys, could you fix this? And the junior developers say, gee, boss, we'd love to, because they don't know any better. He's the wizard. He's got the big gray beard. They're going to do whatever he says. And so they go hobbling off to fix this. Along the way, they pick up Aragorn from operations. He helps them deploy their changes into production. And that's about when the ring wraiths come sniffing around. Audit compliance. Audit Compliance has heard that there's a fly-by-night project team fixing a bug that shouldn't exist in code that should have never have been allowed into the organization, and they want to put a stop to it. In a panic, our junior developers escalate this up to CIO Elrond. They've now got a C-level executive involved, and you know what happens next? He calls a meeting. And it's not the useful sort of meeting, where you get the people who are going to work on the project and the people who are going to be impacted by the changes to sit down and talk about what's about to happen. No. He has to get any stakeholder in the organization. If they have breathed the air that is brushed across a keyboard that was used to log into this application, they are invited to this meeting. They don't know why they're there. They don't understand what they're there to talk about, but they have opinions, and by God, they are going to get heard. You get the one guy who comes in, I once asked IT for a report, and I said that there should be blue text at the top of the page, and it looked okay on my screen, but when I printed it on my black and white printer, it had black text, and I cannot show it to my customers that way. The one person who maybe sort of understands what's going on is the person who says, well, isn't that cute? IT thinks they found a problem, but this has been in the application for like 20 years already, and it's never been a problem before. I think you're overreacting. 6 weeks go by with nothing useful happening, at which point Elrond finally makes an executive decision. I believe all of your concerns can be addressed with a cross-functional project team. Boromir, you hate this idea and want nothing to do with it, so you'll be the project manager. Gimli, you're the enterprise architect. Legolas, you're from the sales team. Aragorn, your operations. Gandalf, legacy systems. Hobbits, you'll be our developers. And by the way, Frodo, since you found this bug, you're going to be the technical lead on this project, 100% responsible for the solution. Good luck! And they kick them out and send them off to work on the project. The project team lasts for about 5 minutes before Gandalf is ripped off of the project to put out fires on some other disaster. He might as well be dead for half the project. Boromir is running around making unilateral decisions, cutting deals behind the project team's back. He actually gets fired for trying to sabotage this project. Now we have a project team with no leadership and no technical knowledge, and thus we enter the yak shaving phase of the project. Yak shaving. I need to paint the house, but before I can paint the house, I need to fill up on the gas. But before I can fill up on the gas, I need to hit the ATM and yada, yada, yada. Before you know it, you're standing in a room going, why is there a yak here and why am I shaving it? You've just gone that far from your original project goals. We've got half the team working on this Riders of Rohan, Helm's Deep stuff. You got another half of the project team with this vertical silo integration project, this tower thing, Isengard, whatever. None of them are working on the project. The only person still working on the One Ring project is Samwise. It's not Frodo, right? Frodo is woefully underqualified to be the technical lead on this project. He didn't want to work on this, he just inherited it, and now he's stuck with it and suddenly responsible. He is drowning. He wishes he were dead. Samwise is carrying him through the critical path on this project, and somehow, with only one person working, they're still making progress. At least until one of the end users gets involved. Gollum. Gollum has been sitting out in some satellite office for the past 60 years, and for the past 30 of those years, he has been exploiting the OneRing.dll bug to get at data he is otherwise not allowed to see, to produce a report that nobody actually understands, but he puts this report out every month. This report is his job. It is the only thing that he does. And he is coming into the team room every day to tell Frodo, don't work on this project. Don't do the things you're supposed to be doing right now. Don't take away my precious reports. I need my precious reports. And Frodo is listening to him. But Samwise carries this project up the mountain. He gets the project to the point where all Frodo needs to do is chuck a close status into the fires of Mount Doom, and Frodo can't even do that. Gollum has to bite his finger off. But hey, the project's done, right? We can all go home? No! Because now we have to have our project close meeting. We have to get all of the same idiots who didn't understand anything the first time to come back and talk about the things they didn't understand then. They're going to be so shocked that anything was actually accomplished, and through some miracle, pretty close to the original estimates, that CIO Elrond starts handing out bonuses like they're Christmas candy. Aragorn, you did such a good job, you get a promotion, and you know what? Marry my daughter. Legolas, the sales team's going to the Bahamas, and you're coming with us. And you know what, Frodo? You did such a good job, you're coming to the Bahamas too. Oh, Samwise? Are you still here? I was going through the project launch documents and I didn't see your name on anything, so I didn't think you actually worked on this project. But I'm sure whatever you did was great. Good work. I think your house burned down. And that's it. This is not some escapist fantasy. Lord of the Rings is work. It is 9 to 5 every day for developers all around the world. Be nice to your IT folks, because deep down, every one of them is a Samwise.